Yo, what's up, guys? Just kind of want to do a little video on my diet. This is for Red boosting my sponsorships, Chin Gaming, Rhinoscopes, and etc. and etc. Anyway, trying to give you guys a little thing how I kind of cook. Been cooking for over 15 years. Have my junior chef degree. Went to the culinary arts for 3 years. My godfather is a master chef, so was my father. Basically, my whole family, all they do is cook. So, I know how to cook very well. However, I only got a little bit of spices, which I should have went to the store and got some spices. However, I didn't think I was going to cook chicken like I usually want to. This is called Fufu. It's African. Well, it's Mauritian. You guys don't know what that means. Fufu is a French name for like curry chicken, and it's very spicy. So I'm only using the spices that I have, and it will turn out good no matter what because I know how to cook it. This is specifically Mauritian food, African food. That's my dog choking on a hairball. Whatever. Anyway, what I'm going to use is curry powder. I'm going to use red pepper, which is not for the meat. Onion powder, parsley, garlic herb seasoning. Now you guys are probably looking, well, you got garlic and onion powder. Well, garlic has, salt, other type of spices in it, and etc. I prefer to have the real garlic where you can smash up. However, I looked in my fridge, I don't have it. So, and I have oregano. Oregano just brings out the tenderness, the smell, however you want to call it. And then I have jalapenos in here with the juice, a little bit of tab of grease, just a little tab of grease, probably the size of a quarter, as in money. The reason why I put a little bit of that to where it has a good, just a little bit of coating on the bottom to where it doesn't like burn or whatever. And I use jalapeno juice or some type of tropical mixture of vegetables for the juice. Usually I would marinate it in some type of sweet wine. However, I don't have the wine. I didn't think I was going to cook this type. But it's actually a good meal. If you cook it properly, you will be very full on one piece of meat and tired. You should get very, very full. However, you guys are probably wondering why I'm using a glass bowl compared to a, well, we'll watch it, a metal pan. Well, a metal pan will cook it different. It will probably burn it, not give you a good texture to your meat, and it will more of a rubber kind of feeling when you're biting down on your meat. It's probably based on preference. However, living in Europe, a lot of Europeans and people in Europe itself that cook, chefs, they would use glass, whatever you want to call this, glass tray. Glass tray cooks better. It has it heats up well, holds heat better. It expands the glass a little bit, holds the temperature well, and it doesn't burn. Now you can burn, it depends if you don't have it properly prepped. Like I have mine prepped, I have a lot of juice in there, which is going to be more juice. I'm going to probably add a little bit of, probably just a tad more water. But I use this jalapeno slices. This is pretty good. Usually you want the mixture of, broccoli, cauliflower, corn, or not corn, but carrots in it. I didn't see it yesterday. Walmart kind of like, was out of stock. Anyway, my meat. This is chicken breast. I cut it. I kind of open it up like a wing, or you guys want to call it the vagina look, whatever. The reason why I split it open to actually give it a better cook and to prep my meat with the spices I need to prep it with. I take all the extra gristle off, etc., which I have done. I threw it away already. Same way, yeah, kind of like give it that little pocket look. But there you go. You don't want to cut too much meat, then you kind of waste your money on cutting your chicken. Whatever, however you guys want to call it. Anyway, what I'm going to do is, so I got my hands a little nasty, but I'm going to wash my hands. You really don't want to touch your hands after you mess with the chicken. You want to touch your spices. Anyway, you guys are probably wondering why I do this video. It's just another promotion for my Twitter and etc. So it's just not for you Facebook clowns. So I'm going to start off with curry powder. Now, you get, it depends on the curry powder you get. This is pretty good curry powder. I wish I had the other one. However, I didn't. I don't know where any import stores are at. So, but this is good. You can use it to make really good curry powder. Have cauliflower, broccoli, some onions, baby shrimp, and heat your water with a little bit of sweet wine, maybe a dark wine. Actually, you want dark wine, not too much, but just a little. Probably 2 teaspoons or tablespoons of wine. Make it a sweet, bitter taste and very hot. You guys are probably wondering why wine. Well, you guys will learn once you do it. Anyway, I'm gonna coat it. Actually, it's kind of hard with the top. I'll just take the top off. You don't want to over powder it because then it tastes like shit. But you guys probably don't know what that means. But anyway, you can even, once you get it going on the board, make sure your board doesn't have that slimy texture on it. I usually use a little quarter of the board to cut the meat and then wipe it. But anyway, get it pretty good. And if you do it right, your house should smell like India, which a lot of you Americans don't know what that means. So, you do it like this, very coating. We're going to use some onion powder. Put a little bit of onion powder on it. Not too much. You don't want it to taste like a salt bag. So, this is how it should look. A little bit more. But like I said, I put in my pan, I have about a quarter of oil. Depending on what oil. I use the Sicilian type oil, which is expensive. It's like $9 a bottle. And I use jalapeno juice, about half of it. And I will put a little bit of water in it, just enough to where when you sit the chicken in the bowl, it will, you know, have some moisture on it when it's cooked. Like I said, and when you cook it, I put the oven on 400, or I might go to 350. I don't want to cook it. I want to kind of bake it. I want it to tenderize, because when you bite on it, the meat should fall apart, and it should always have juice coming out every time you bite. That's how you know that you have properly cooked fufu. So I'm just, you know, prepping it more. This is a very good meal. Very, very good. Yeah. Anyway, guys, yeah, something pretty unique. I never did a cooking video. Figured I'd do it to honor my father. My father loved to cook. That was like his special thing. He started cooking over in his country, Mauritius, which is off the southern coast of Africa. Then he went to London, cook, you know, travel the world, and he became a master chef. And now my family owns multiple restaurants in North Carolina. Big time deals like Giselle Fine Food, the Cafe Pierre, the Stock Pot, and etc. You guys don't believe me? Google it, search it, don't matter. Anyway, this is what the food's gonna look. This is what your chicken's gonna look like. Very marinated. It's pretty coat on there. It's not too much because, like I said, that curry powder is a whole different thing. So if I had the other curry powder, it would be a little different. Anyway, I'm gonna put some seasoning on it, some onion powder. But like I said, next time doing this, you want to use real garlic. Like, you want to buy your garlic, you want to chop, you really want to cut it up in dices, like very small dices, and smash some of it, marinate it in, you know, water and juice, or some wine as well, and have your chicken sit for about an hour. Let the the chicken breast absorb the juice. Parsley. I'm going to put a little bit of parsley. Some people may say, oh, well, what's the purpose of parsley? Well, it just gives it a little bit of, it's just, I don't know, I call it a fancy seasoning, I guess. I put it inside the bowl. It's not like you're going to really eat it. But I give it, like I said, give it that that little seasonal taste. And then, you know, I have my garlic herbs. And the difference with this garlic herb, you know, like I said, I have, you know, soybean, onion, sugar. It has sugar in this one. This has sugar as well because it's onion powder, but whatever. This has more of a different type of seasoning. It's made differently, and it smells good. This gives you a lot of taste. You know. And I don't put it inside the pot. You really don't need to do that, because once you put the chicken inside the pot, season it from here, it's gonna be inside your your pan, excuse me. So, and then I use oregano, of course. You guys probably wonder why I use oregano. Well, it brings out more seasoning to the chicken itself. Like I said, people might have different ideas on how to cook, but this type of cooking doesn't really pertain on how you guys think it is. This is called fufu. So a lot of people in that cook in North America, besides the region of this type of food, don't know how to cook it. And there's a reason why these spices are particularly for this. A lot of these spices I probably wouldn't even use. I would use curry. I would use real garlic and onion powder. I would use that. A different type of onion powder. This is okay, but whatever. But anyway, we're going to go to the part of putting it inside the bowl. Of course, you see, looks like I've been smoking for years, which I don't smoke, but just like the way my hand looks. Anyway, I'm going to put it inside here. I'm going to get it wet. And when I lay the breast down, it's going to be open like it's a manta ray, you know? Or, yeah, it looks like a manta ray, you know, a little fish, the little stingers, whatever you want to call those little guys. Make sure it's flat on the glass, like there's nothing underneath it. And the reason why, to where it gets a full cook on the whole meat itself. And usually this meat's going to take about, I'll say about an hour to cook. You don't want to cook it too fast, and you don't want to cook it too slow. You want to cook it just right, because like I said, when you're done cooking it, it should fall apart and have juice. When you bite down on it, they should be juice. This is 110% guaranteed. So, and you put it in, of course, like I said, and get it marinated with some juice. Pretty good. Then, of course, you know, I put the jalapenos around it, whatever. Usually, cauliflower would be awesome with this, because it gives you the green taste to it. I could put some green beans in it. Green beans would give it another taste because it's a vegetable, but kind of iffy on if I want to do that. I probably should, just to give it that little taste. The green beans in it, a lot of the green beans might come out burnt, but that's fine. You got that green texture taste to it. So what we're going to do is to give it more juice. I really don't want to use water. We're going to use green beans because it has that green, it's going to have that green taste to it. And it's going to be okay. Trying to give it a little bit of taste. Like I said, it's all about how to cook this. So that'd be pretty good like that. So now you see how I was talking about the level of the juice. It's all right here. It's, you know, where it needs to be. Green beans, you might be able to eat those afterwards. Most of the time you can. It all depends. Now I'm gonna really coat it on top. A lot of curry powder. Okay, it's almost gone. So I'm gonna get some. Was gonna get some water, but Spray some water on it. It's got a lot of water in it now. Just kind of smooth it, you know, kind of move it around a little bit. You want it moisture. You don't want it like coated on there like baby powder. Okay, my oven's already been preheated for the past 30 minutes. So this is how I'm gonna wash my hands. I'm gonna show you guys how your meal should kind of look. I wash my hands every time I touch that meat, as in like after I'm done cutting it, wash my hands, do my spices. I touch the meat, wash my hands. You don't want that nasty salmonella crap on your spices. It will really make your food nasty. You want to make sure every time you touch the meat and you put a spice or whatever, you want to make sure you wash your hands each individual time. So this is how, well, let's make sure, because I want to make sure you guys see it. This is how it should look. Looks very sexy, very good. And it's going to be pretty good. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put in my little stove. My stove or my oven, excuse me, is 400. If I feel it may be too high, I always turn it down to 350. Or, yeah, turn it down to 375 or 350. Give it that, like I said, you don't want to bake it or cook it. You want to marinate this meat in general. And you want to check on it, you know, kind of move it around a little bit, just to make sure it's not sticking to the pan. Which, if you prep your pan correctly, it will not, you know, stick at all. So after this is said and done and cooked, it should taste very good. Curry taste. It's really good to have rice with this meal. Rice is with fufu. So fufu is curry chicken with shrimp, cauliflower, broccoli, and rice. So after the meal is done, I'm going to do another video and let you guys see how it came out. Thank you for watching, and guys, you want to check me out, go to redbooster.com and see me on there. Thanks.